Well, hey, Christy.
Hello, Kelly. How are you today?
I'm good. Happy Friday. It's
Happy Podcast Friday.
Friday. Exciting.
Also,
Yeah.
nothing says Friday like showing up to your podcast in Christmas pajamas. Is that what you're wearing? Are you wearing Christmas pajamas? A silky Christmas pajama top for those of you that don't. And then she also has matching green earrings.
I put on the green earrings so that I looked put together today.
Okay, but my question is, have you been on work calls wearing this?
Yes, so for the one work call that was slightly more, diverse in nature as far as attendees, I did zoom my camera in real close so that you didn't really get a lot of it. And maybe you thought with the collar, it was just a colored blouse.
No, if it has white piping on it, it's not a colored blouse. If it has white piping and Christmas tree decor or Christmas decor, cookie some kind decor, and it does, to be fair, it is a very pretty pajama top. It's silky and it got like ruffles on the sleeves. But, of course, we get on here and Kelly instantly can't figure out how to hear me. So we sit there. This happens every single episode. I don't understand what the problem is, but whatever. I love you for who you are, Kelly. And while I'm sitting there, I'm dying to ask her. I'm like, are you wearing pajamas? And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to ask this on the podcast.
But in fairness, I did zhuzh it up with the earrings and I am wearing makeup and lip gloss. So I was definitely putting effort into looking put together.
But what what in your brain said, if I just put some lipstick in ear, why wouldn't you just change your shirt?
Because they're comfy pajamas and I like them. And I wanted they're new. They were on clearance because they're Christmas. Because these bitches off clearance are $200 for pajamas. Dear Print Fresh, love you and your jammies, but whoa. So they were on clearance. And if I told you that I have the opposite matching robe that is red with the green, I didn't wear the robe. That would clearly look like jammies.
What's sad is if you had men on there, they probably didn't notice anyways. Yeah.
The call was 95% men, me, one other woman, and then all the rest were men. And so they didn't notice. And then I had a one-on-one with my team. And so my one guy, he didn't notice. Yeah, he's not going to say anything. But then the minute I got on with my female team member, she's like, are you wearing pajamas? Immediately, Leslie, I know you listen. She nailed it. But she also knew that I was looking at this brand of pajamas. So maybe she recognized the pattern or at least the style.
Well, you give us a very nice segue into our discussion for the day, although I have a different one that I wanted to start it with until you showed up in $200 Christmas pajamas in June. And you've been on work calls. So
it's Christmas in June here.
It's Christmas in June. Okay, so this topic today, I don't know for those of you who listened last time about my daughter requesting a budget for the summer.
Yes, dear Presley.
And so here's what happened. She did get one because the three moms and I got together and we're like, man, we give these kids stuff for food all the time. We do whatever. You know what? Let's let them budget themselves.
Dear God, tell me more.
So we got them the little green light cards. So the little credit cards.
Yeah. You talked about those.
That we can then, transfer money into. We agreed on $25 a week. Now, I will say that comes with a whole list of chores. And can I just tell you, the chores have been getting done in my house. It's like your basic level, just cleaning up and like contributing to the house. And then every day she has a different chore. Unload the dishwasher. Well, actually, that's part of the house. So she has to unload the dishwasher anyways. But like vacuum the main floor. Right?
Okay, extra.
So we're adding extra things.
What kind of price tag is on a vacuum?
No, that's part of the $25.
It's like you have to do all these things to even get the 25. It's not you get $5 for this, $2 for that.
No, I changed that strategy. That was
it's
one
all
strategy. It didn't work.
Okay.
So anywho, they have their first day with their shared nanny, the three of them. And Presley's had 2 weeks of allowance now. Can I tell you that she bought $40 worth of squishies? And I'm holding them for those of you who don't know what these things are. There's a Neato squishy and there's this dumpling squishy that makes like poop sounds or something sometimes.
Tell
This kid,
me those 2 squishies were not $40.
no,
There's
no, because she
more.
bought like 20 of them, and so did her little friends. And so I'm sitting here, and she comes home like, I mean, on the bit, you would have thought she just met the love of her life. She's so high. And just so excited, and like she's going through all of these things, and I look at her account and I'm like, you spent $40 on squishies? So
I have seen that dumpling squishy on TikTok, and there's like glitter ones that everyone freaks the hell out about. Oh, I got a glitter one, and it comes in a little container, right?
well, they're
But
blind bags.
$40.
They're blind bags, so like
Yes.
you can't pick them out, which is genius. I mean, they did this for Cabbage Patch Garbage Pail
Marketing.
Kids. Yeah, well
Well
done
done.
marketing,
Yeah.
assholes. Anyways, so I reached out to the other moms. I'm like, did you see what's happened the past 2 days? So we have banned, it's called squishy hunting, and they go to many, many different stores. And so we told the nanny, we're like, no more, no more squishy hunting. Like we bought them passes to everything.
Wait,
Presley,
did
after
they
day 2, go ahead.
yeah, just did they buy these squishies with the nanny? So like they had adult supervision and they were
Well,
like,
she's
I'm gonna drop
17.
well, okay. Oh, okay. So she probably also paid $40 for fucking
Probably, but
squishies.
they're
Now.
her, I mean, but we were told this is their budget. They're like, It's our budget." I'm like, "Great." So Presley comes back after day 2, and she bought one at of all places, Hallmark. I didn't know Hallmark, A, sold squishies, and B, like,
Was even
way to
open
overpay,
still.
Presley.
Yeah,
They're still making them
exactly.
in China with child labor, okay?
Yeah.
So, anyways, so she comes home and she's crying, and I'm like, "What happened?" She goes, "I don't know. I freaked out and I spent $10 on this squishy and I wanted to return it and they wouldn't let me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, she's like, "I'm ashamed of myself. Are you mad at me?" And I was like, "No, but moving forward, I don't want to." I mean, I just went in her room. She's like 25 squishies in there. It's all the rage. It's crazy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Just
so
a quick question. In Presley's mind, what types of things is she responsible for paying for with said $25? Because her Starbucks order is easily 10.
well,
Does
Kelly,
that not count in her
first
mind?
of
Like
all,
that's food?
well, no, her Starbucks order, when she's with me, she gets it only before a volleyball tournament, period.
Mm,
I don't like,
okay.
her dad plays into that a whole lot more. I'm like, absolutely not. You're not
Okay.
getting Starbucks. This is stupid. I don't even buy it for
Yeah.
myself.
Okay.
I'm like, go home and, whatever. Anyways, doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. But that's her order. So that's her grilled cheese and whatever current little pink drink is like the cool thing. The other day it was some weird butterfly boba tea with like coconut milk in it. I'm like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Anywho,
Coconut and bobas for me to choke on? No, thank you. Well, so then my view of Presley's frequency in Starbucks is severely compromised because I only saw her at volleyball. So I presumed this was a normal morning ritual, which it is
no,
clearly not. Okay. Phew.
I'm
Because
absolutely not.
I
I'm not
thought, did
making
she
that
just
kind of
blow
money.
$40? And yeah, okay.
No,
Phew.
no, no, no. So it's her allowance is for instance, when they're with the nanny, if they want to go out to eat, that's what that's for. If they want to, God, I'm so Presley's like broke midweek by this. I'm sorry, this is just continuing the story, and then we'll move on to the actual topic,
She's
which
2 weeks
inspired
in
us.
broke midweek of the
So
first time she's spending
she's
it.
broke, and they decide they want to go to this certain pool. Now we have bought the moms and I bought pool passes to all the pools in our area, right? They sell one
Uh-huh.
pass, whatever. This one is outside, right? It's the one they're going to have to pay for, but they decided to go.
They're
So
going out of network. No, no, no. It's
you're going to learn a little more about insurance. You're out of network. That's
my
not our topic
experience
for
as a
today.
Canadian in the US health system. Yeah, that is out
God.
of network. Do not do it.
Well,
Anyways, go on.
so she goes, and first of all, she takes $5 from my mom, which I am not around for this sitch. Okay,
Mary
first of all,
Catherine.
well, I told mom, I was like, "Hey, you don't give her money, period." So strike one. So when I take her to volleyball, I was like, "Hey, so you need to give grandma back that $5. And what were you guys doing? How did you get into this pool?" I still have it. And I was like, "Well, I thought the pool was $10." She's like, "Yeah, I know." And I was like, "So how'd you get in?" She's like, "Well, I just snuck in." I'm like, "Okay, here's Presley's life of crime." I'm like, "Presley, That
She
is
had to break in. She ran out of money.
I was like, "That's stealing." And she's like, "I didn't take anything." I'm like, "But would you go to a movie theater and sneak in because that's stealing?" And I was like, "And if you did the same thing at a store, the police would be called." I also went ahead and maybe I overdid it probably, but I went and explained what a juvenile delinquent was and how they
Jesus
have
Christ.
jail for children. And I'm like, "Remember those boys that got arrested at Black Bob Pool the other day? I'm sure it was because they snuck in." I don't think it was because they snuck in. I think it was something
God.
more of the herbal variety. However, I'm like, "Listen, kid." So I was meaning to teach Presley about money and how to budget and how to save. I ended up with $40 worth of squishies and a felon.
So, in summary,
In summary,
Presley went broke in 10 minutes over 2 weeks of budget, was ashamed of her binge purchase at an overly priced store, and then now has committed herself to a life of crime.
yes,
It's been 1 week.
it's been 3 days with the nanny to be
Please
exact.
stay tuned.
But right, and I'll keep you posted. I don't think she's gonna be making those mistakes again, although she comes home from being with her dad last night with a new
No.
Neato that he
Oh.
bought her, and I'm like, "Just mother of pearl, like, you're clear." I'm like, "This is all of my hard work is going to by the wayside." So then she did come to me, she's like, "Mom, I need to make some money." I was like, "Well, then you're gonna have to do something really big, like, go
Yeah, cut
clean
the
the base
lawn.
clean and organize the
Cleaning.
basement."
I do remember Emery was far more prone to all of those little tchotchkes than the boys ever were. And so maybe it's a girl thing. The boys were far more likely to go save up their money and buy fucking BB guns than they were to actually buy incessant little stupid toys. But Emery definitely. And I would throw them out with great, joy. Almost. I'm like, goodbye. I knew you were a waste. But yeah, so much of her money was just on stupid shit.
I've
That was before
actually
she had access to Amazon. Now, oy.
Well, in fairness, most of my purchases on Amazon are stupid
Same. Yeah,
shit.
yeah, that's true.
But here's the
We
deal.
we listen, we don't judge.
I pay the mortgage. I pay the mortgage. So, anywho, all of this budgeting going on, it made me think about what can we do for this episode? And I sent to Kelly, I said, let's talk about money, like the great disappearing middle. Because as we've heard on this show already, Kelly is wearing $200 pajamas that are from Christmas, but it's acceptable because she got them on clearance because it's June. Right.
Exactly.
What
Come on.
happened to wearing a t-shirt and a pair of, you remember those little cheer shorts, Sophie's to bed? What happened to that?
Well, I was never in Cheers, so I don't know about
I wasn't
any.
either, but those things were badass in the 90s.
Actually even remember what I wore for pajamas. Like once upon a time, I remember my favorite pajamas were these Winnie the Pooh onesies that had plastic feet. Do you remember the onesies that had the little plastic feet, almost like duck feet? And you definitely were getting a concussion because you were falling down the stairs in them. Like I remember those. But I feel like I was maybe 8 years old, and then after that, it's all a blur. I don't know what I wore to bed. I certainly didn't buy pajamas that were 3 digits or
Well,
probably even
no.
2.
No, I don't even
I
buy those now. But what's funny is that so Presley's broke and I get a call and she's like, "Mom, can you redeem some of your McDonald points for a large fry for me in Sydney?" So
These are just desperate times over there.
having the app, I do it. They go pick it up, whatever. And Presley says this to me. Man, things are expensive.
Yeah, girl, you have no idea. Let me show you my credit card statement.
And I said, "Yes, they are." So I'm just laughing because the idea I'm watch the news and, I'm a decently informed human being, but the idea came not from an economist, not from a financial expert, not even from the Wall Street Journal, but from my 11-year-old saying, "Man,
Man.
things are expensive."
And specific to McDonald's fries, the other day, Emery was sick and home. And so I was out dropping the dog off or something. And she said, "Hey, Mom, on your way back home, could you get me large McDonald's fries?" Because she hadn't eaten in a day or so. So I think she was just craving the salt and whatever. So I'm like, yeah, no, no problem. Never have I ever just gone through the drive-through of McDonald's simply to order French fries. So the cost of said fries would be buried in other meals. But this one time I'm just buying fries. Well, holy shit on a stick. A medium fry, and we could get into this whole conversation of what constitutes a medium in America. It is not a medium. It should not be the size of my head. But anyways, they were $6 just for the fries.
For context, you do live in California.
That's
But
true.
I just took my kids to, oh, look, Chick-fil-A because my cleaning ladies just left and they wanted lunch and they're about to go be with their dad for the weekend. And I'll be damned if they're screwing up this perfectly clean house.
Yeah,
It
I'm not
was-
cooking you anything.
I was like, I'm not even make it. Then Presley's like, well, go get it and I'll eat it here. I'm like, no. So we went to Chick-fil-A, the three of us, for a kid's meal and 2 value menu meals. $35. $35. I looked at Presley and she's like, eyes real big. I'm like, yeah, because your
Yeah.
budget a week is 25.
That's more than your budget in a week. Well, and I not lost on my Canadian friends. Prices up there are extra, and then the tax is even extra. Andrew and I, when we were there in April, went to Pita Pit. Just a pita with a drink. It is like a chain of pita. I can't think of an equitable American one. Almost like a burrito, almost like you go in and you get almost like a burrito. So 2
Is it,
sandwiches, two drinks. Huh?
gyro?
No, it's like
With the G?
it's like a Subway, but in a pita. You know, a pita has like a little pocket, and then they make your
Yeah,
thing and roll it.
yeah. But those are also called gyros.
Well, if you have that kind of meat on the shaved on a stick, then
Okay,
yes. But
fine. This
anyways,
is
point
this
being,
is like lunch, like lunch meat.
lunch meat, or
Okay.
whatever you want to put in it. So, in particular, 2 sandwiches, 2 drinks. That's it. $42. I was
I
like,
can't.
what the
can't.
shit?
I can't.
$42?
No. And I bet it was a quick serve and they asked for a tip.
Well, there's always that. How did we do today? You didn't do anything out of what your paycheck covers. Why would I leave you a tip?
So real talk about restaurants, price, love a stat. Prices up 40% since 2020.
40%
in the US in 6 years. This is not okay.
Well, I can
Okay.
guarantee you that the pay scale has not kept up with
Well,
that.
no, the United States hasn't raised our minimum wage in forever. So to compensate, right, everyone's now asking for tips. Here's the sitch on tips, kids. I worked at a restaurant for 7 years of my life, a restaurant and a bar. And I got paid $2.15 an hour plus tips. I brought you your food. I made sure it was cooked properly. You didn't have to think when you were sitting in my booth. I didn't just turn around and grab the coffee and give it to you. Or so I always feel bad when I'm like, no tip, because at a volleyball tournament, where there's concessions and then you go pick them up and then you go and it says, would you like to tip? I'm like, maybe if you'd have brought them to my seat with a menu.
Exactly.
But no, absolutely not.
But back in the day, and I'm sure it's probably the same now, but when I waitressed, your server's minimum wage was lower than the average minimum wage because
it was
of tips.
Yeah, it was like $2. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yes, but I didn't know I also made $2, but I think minimum wage was probably $2. I'm a little older than you, so I didn't have scale, but yes, servers had a lower minimum wage because they have the opportunity to make tips. Well, I'm pretty sure that the barista at Starbucks is paid minimum wage, like the actual city minimum wage. I don't think that they have a lowered wage that I need to put a tip on top of that.
Well, I mean, I don't know the specifics for Starbucks. I do know that the costs of running a restaurant hasn't gone up that much. Now, for some of the family, like some of the sit-down restaurants, and I'm talking fast food here. I'm not talking, Applebee's. No, I'm just kidding. Did I say that? Oh, I've become such a snob. It used to be my favorite place to eat when I was in college. It's fine. It's okay. Everyone be cool. No, but I'm talking about like quick serve restaurants. They have the price of doing business has not gone up that much for them. And we're looking at a 40% increase. And so because I like to out people and also hold on, I'm going to mess this all up now that you started laughing. What was your laughing thought?
I'm like, I can't wait to hear who she's about to out.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. But no, continue down with you're making only $2 an hour when you were young. What was that? What was that
Yes.
about?
Yeah, well, I mean,
What
in
kind of job
fairness,
was
it was
that?
the '80s. Server like a waitress.
Yeah, but you got tips on
$2.30.
top of that.
I know, that's my point, but at the time, real minimum wage was probably only $3. Like, the delta was in cents, so 50, 60 cents, because minimum wage was a handful of dollars, not $20.
Well, it's not $20.
Well, here, I think it's like 18.50 or
No, it's
something
not.
in California.
Nationally, so hold
Yeah,
on.
okay.
Okay, because there's state laws, but nationally, it has not been raised since 2009. And the federally mandated minimum wage is $7.25.
What? Well, I know, I just looked. January 1, California's statewide minimum wage is $16.90, but fast food restaurant workers started getting $20 an hour in
For
April of
California?
for California in April of 2024.
Okay, but also your mortgage is also twice mine.
God, yeah, I know. Like,
So, I mean,
and
that's like
thank God they do have minimum wage that's higher for these folks because ouchie.
yeah, it's I mean, it's rough. It's rough. It's terrible. It's sad.
But
And go ahead.
let's go back to the middle though, because I mean we could have a whole conversation about the middle as it relates to salaries, which is completely different than if you brought our grandparents back to life and told them what it was. They'd be like, "What the fuck? You're rich as can be." The middle, as far as what you can get as a consumer, has almost completely disappeared, and most recently experienced that in airline travel.
Don't get me started.
I think there is not so long ago, you booked a seat and you presumed that that included more than just the cushion under your ass and the oxygen in the plane. You assumed it meant you could like bring luggage, put some below your feet, some above your head, get a Diet Coke and maybe some pretzels, and I don't know, land safely on time. Now, the I think the only thing included right now is the oxygen in the plane for now. I'm not sure that it'll stay because we booked a basic fare on Air Canada, and it did not include your carry-on. And it was like, do you want to prepay for your carry-on? You could take a personal item, but not a
How big is the
carry-on.
personal item?
It could be a backpack or your big ass purse or whatever. Like, you know how you can carry on generally two pieces? One is considered your personal item, one is considered your carry-on. So you could only bring one piece. So you could check it or you could pay, and you could prepay $45 for the carry-on item. If you did not prepay and you tried to carry it on, guess what they charged?
I don't even want to know.
$110. So I say to my darling husband, are you planning, because he was checking luggage, are you planning to just put all the shit you normally put in your carry-on in your checked luggage? And because we are paying for your checked luggage. No, I'm going to carry this on in addition to his backpack, which counts as his personal item. Please don't do that. They're going to charge you. I should prepay for it. No, they're not. I'll talk to them at the gate. So he goes on the flight. I'm like, what did you do with your bag? I already know the answer because I have the Visa bill. They let me do it, no charge. They didn't charge me anything. It was no problem. I'm like, oh, really? Funny. Because my credit card begs to differ. They charged you $110 fucking dollars for that fucking backpack. And so the ticket, for context, the ticket was $300. The carry-on was $110. Why are you charging for that, Air Canada? The hell, you still have the space. What are you trying to do to us? And that $300 was a one-way ticket. So don't get too excited that I got a deal on the price.
I mean, here's the deal, right? There's a couple of things going on. And again, I'm not an economist. I'm not a financial guru. I just can do basic fucking math. Basic math. So going back to the restaurant example, I never outed the people I wanted to out.
Yes, you wanted me to distract you while you looked it up. So out them now.
I did because I had it pulled up and then I couldn't find it, which is the story of my life. But it's pulled up. I just can't I mean, there's 20 billion tabs open, okay? I'm like working plus podcasting plus screaming at my daughter on text in all caps. So here's the examples. So McDonald's 40% from 19 from 19 from 2019 to 2024.
Their
And
prices
revenue
have gone up 40%?
40% revenue increased by 34% during that period. Net income increased. Net income increased 25. Okay, Chipotle. They've increased their prices roughly 30 to 40% since 2020. Revenues increased by about 80. The net
What?
income doubled. Now, some of that's expansion too, so that's not really totally fair. But there's there's more and more examples of that. But there's the cost of inflation, right? Because
Yeah,
inflation
yeah.
sucks, right? There's the premium I'm gonna say this wrong, but essentially becoming more premium, right? So, Chipotle has really done a great job from a branding and positioning of like we're a higher
Healthy.
quality
Yeah, yeah.
quality product, right? So they're the premium of the quick serves. But also too, we all just pay higher prices.
Yeah.
So consumers haven't stopped going to Chipotle.
No, we
It's just that
just
the
keep
prices have gotten higher.
yeah, we just keep eating it literally and figuratively. But even if you do a little bit of napkin math on your McDonald's example, so you say, okay, since 2019, you increased your prices by 40%. So your top line, same volume, 40% higher, you did nothing different. But then you mentioned the next number was actually 34%. They got to enjoy 34 of the 40, which means they were losing 6%. So there was some incremental cost built into that. Okay, fair. But when the next number you said was their bottom line increased by 25%. So unless well, we know what they did also.
Net
They
income. Yep.
laid a bunch of fucking people off and put all of those things up where you
Yeah.
order your own things. So the kiosk is taking care of your bottom line cost. But it's like, what is your reasonable amount of bottom line increase that you get to enjoy on the backs of the people who buy the things you sell? Like I'm in medical, so we're not going to talk about bottom line, but we're going to
Yeah, we
stay
are.
we're going to stay in the consumer space where like to your point, we didn't stop going to Chipotle. They didn't stop going to McDonald's. Overlay even the fact that while they went up 40%, so did lettuce. And so it's still sometimes cheaper to just buy a Big Mac than to go make dinner. So this is
Mm.
just exacerbating so many problems. Even McDonald's noticed I bought a breakfast value meal, whatever the hell they're called, one morning. And in my brain, the last time I did, they were $4.99. It was $12.95. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, it was still the same egg McMuffin, hash brown, and coffee. I did not order a side of, I don't know, sprinkles. I'm like, how is this 3 times the price?
Do you know which restaurant chain increased their prices the most? It's not any
I'm
we've talked about.
no. Oh, I don't know then.
It's
Who?
actually a sit-down restaurant.
Tell
It's a
me.
breakfast place, mostly.
I'm Snooze is the only breakfast place I know of. Who? Denny's? IHOP?
Waffle House, 96 increase. So,
Double.
inflation was 22%, restaurant prices are up 42%, and then we got Waffle House coming in at
Can't even get a fucking waffle.
96.
And this is why I'm buying my $200 pajamas in June at a bargain price.
My God, we'll get into that. But also too, so one thing I wanna say is you said the price of lettuce has gone up, so therefore it costs more to make it home. That is true. But what did I tell you? I spent $35 on
Yeah, on
Chick-fil-A
lunch.
today.
Yeah.
I also the other day bought a package and the cost of beef is through the roof. But even with the cost of beef through the roof, I bought a package of and it was 2 pounds of like premium grade Angus steaks. So 4 steaks, $31 at Sam's.
I
$35 at Chick-fil-A for a
Yeah,
kids meal and
for
2
kids
chicken
meal.
sandwiches.
You're like, or I could sit down and eat
Or
these 4 delicious steaks.
or I could feed my I mean, that'll feed me and the kids for, like, 2 meals at least. But anyways, I
Yeah,
digress.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll stop talking about food because
Yeah.
I already
But
have
I think
indigestion from the Chick-fil-A. But
but
it's just a good I think, we continually the middle of anything is, like,
is
going
gonzo.
away.
Yeah, it's like there used to be a million years ago, a category not written, but pretty nice, right? Not luxury, but not bargain basement, like terrible. Pretty nice. And I think that that is back to flights, right? This isn't premium economy, it was economy, and economy was pretty good. Like now economy is like, I don't know, did you choose a basic fare? Then that is basically just you're short of putting your Flintstone legs out to stop the plane. Like that's the kind of shit you're dealing with. So somehow
And
when
what
you make a
airline did that
travel
like
that
closed? What was that?
front
No, it wasn't Frontier. Spirit
Spirit
Air.
Airs,
That
which
didn't
was
even
um
that didn't even give you a cushy seat though. I mean,
but that's okay because that's their whole brand, right? Was like a low cost fare, like you were buying it from a low cost airline. But when you go to United and Air Canada and your expectation was, okay, I'm paying more, so I know I don't have to pay to check in and pay to have my carry-on. When that happened with Air Canada, I'm like, and you're calling that basic? What happened? Like, how about just I'm either at the front of the plane and I expect the luxury, or I'm in the regular part of the plane with everybody else and all things are equal, not, hey, buy this extra thing. And then, dear, if you fly Delta, generally you accept a higher ticket price. And sometimes I choose Delta because of the convenience of their flight path or whatever. So, for example, this past weekend, when we flew up to BC to surprise my son for his birthday and go see his new house, we chose Delta on the way out. Did not realize that Delta stands for doesn't ever leave the airport because that was true in Seattle. Dear Seattle, you did us dirty. So much so that at one point, Andrew and I decided, fuck it. And we went to the car rental place and rented a car and drove the rest of the way to Vancouver just to get there. I'm like, I just want to see my children.
and
Dear
did you get
Delta.
compensated for any of this?
No. I
So
went immediately to them and was like, "Hey, you're fucking us on this connection." "Well, it's weather, so we can't." Wait, and I'm like, "Just give me a credit back for this segment of the flight, and I'm gonna go rent a car." "Oh, well, you could submit your receipts, but we don't credit back for weather." So I'm like, "So I'm gonna send you receipts and you're just gonna tell me no? What the hell is going on?"
hate to say this, Kelly,
Yes.
but the weather, I mean, that's fair.
What
It's the
weather? The weather
mechanical I don't
uh,
know. It's the
but
mechanical delays that make me
yeah.
wanna cut somebody
Yeah. Well,
because I'm
this one was weather that we were not experiencing in Seattle, nor were they experiencing in Vancouver. It was weather somewhere else that the flight was coming from that they were like, and they just kept delaying us. It was like your flight's 60 minutes delayed, 90 minutes delayed, 2 hours delayed. At one point, we're sitting there. This is like 10 at night. 10 at night. They're like, your flight is delayed to 12:15 a.m. I'm like, "Okay, like, we should just call it," and we did. We were sitting at a restaurant, we got out of the restaurant, we started to walk towards, the shuttles to the car rental place with 1,000 other people who also had the same idea, by the way, and then we get the notice, "Your flight has been delayed to 1:24 AM." Who in the fuck is flying out? So, fun fact, we left the airport in our rental car. The sweetest Enterprise girl, Thea, looked at our faces because we went to the counter at National, which is where my club membership is, and she's like, "Actually, your rental is with Enterprise. You'll have to go upstairs." And I must have looked like she just kicked me in the teeth. And she's like, "You look like you had a bad time. I can take care of it." So she took care of it. "Here, take this over to Enterprise." And then we drove. So when we got into Vancouver, I could see on my app that our original flight was landing. So while the time didn't change for us arriving, had we done one versus the other, at least we were in control ourselves. Like we are in charge of our own destiny. So fuck you, Delta. I will tell you that our flight home was on Alaska Airlines. This time we were flying Victoria, the island in BC, to Seattle again, and then Seattle home. Alaska Airlines, you did brilliantly. Everything on time, every flight smooth. The Victoria Airport folks who take care of the Nexus line. I hope you enjoy half of my fluids, you motherfuckers. I have Nexus so that you don't check my bag of things. I was just like, fine, take that, not that. What half? These are all travel sizes. Why does it matter? No, no, ma'am. It's not the size. It's the quantity altogether when you put them all together. If I had more time, I would have just squeezed it out of all my travel tubes and then left it in the garbage can and said bye. But anyways, it was. But this was 5 a.m. I was like, I just want to get on a plane. Now you're taking half of my. I can either have more wrinkles or frizzy hair. Those are your two choices because you got to get rid of half of the shit.
Well, air travel.
Anyways.
I mean.
And then pay a premium, please. Now air travel's up 20%, and that's before we started fucking around with the gas prices.
And we're not even going to talk about that fuckery, because then I'll just need a drink, and it's not time yet. I'm sitting here sipping on my overpriced Diet Coke from Chick-fil-A.
Well, let's talk about more missing middle. Missing middle stuff?
Get into the salary stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I went back and I was doing some research on, what different salaries are really
what you could get with it.
Well, so not even what I can get with it, because when I graduated college, 6 figures was like, you're a baller.
The dream. Yeah,
it was the dream.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to figure out what the price, like what would you have to, and I used 2010. I graduated much earlier from college, but I just felt like I had
some of us graduated when it started with a 1, but go on.
Well, I graduated high school when it started with a 1.
Barely. You squeaked in under the 2, but
listen,
I solidly graduated high school.
No, 97, and I graduated college in 2002 because I took 5 years. Okay, this is not about.
We're getting distracted.
My directionally challenged career. Okay. People are like, what's your 5-year plan? I'm like, who makes a 5-year plan? You have no idea what's going to happen in the next 5 years.
It's so far from now. I don't know.
I know. And I think that one of the things that helped that question maybe go away was COVID, because nobody saw that coming.
Yeah. No, I have no plan. Now I have no plan.
Now I'm like, I exist with no plan. I'm prepared for everything.
Okay, so back to it. You're doing a comparison.
Anyways, I picked 2010 because I'm like, that's a long time ago, but not too long ago.
Yeah.
And 100,000 in 2010 is 150,000 today.
Whoa.
125,000 in 2010 is 188,000 today. 150,000 is worth. You would have to make the equivalent of 225,000 today.
It's interesting.
And tell me, hold on, let's see, that's like, basically a third more. Have salaries gone up a third more?
Well, not certainly if you stayed in the same role. My salary may have gone up a third more in that same time frame, but my roles changed like 20 times.
Right, for the same role. Like, did it go up 33%?
No, it's probably gone up 10, maybe.
So I'm just, again, this is all being stemmed from a couple of things right now. I mean, everything is ridiculous. Like, I went to fill up my tank the other day, and normally my tank is roughly $62. That was what it was last year. $62 to fill up my tank. 97.
I got you beat.
I know you do, because you live in California.
Sure, but what's your gas price?
What's your gas for the rest of the country? What?
Yeah, you're welcome. What is your gas price per gallon?
I don't know. I don't even look.
It's like 4 something, isn't it? High threes, low 4s.
Because I'm like the cheaper of chicken. I'm like, I just want unleaded. I don't want anything premium, sub-premium, kind of premium, a little bit.
You can have a little bit of flakes in it. I don't care.
Like, is it really gas? Who cares? Does it make? I don't care what it is.
10% corn fuel. I think your gas price is like high 3s, low 4s. And for comparison here, it's like very high 5s, low 6s. So yes, there is a delta. And maybe you have, I don't know, a 25-gallon tank. So $25 of that is automatically the difference between you and I. As you know, I did buy a new pickup truck, which she is pretty. You want the over-under on what it has to fill the tank?
I want to know how much you negotiated off that bitch for how bad gas prices are.
$15,000.
Okay. And that was what, filling it up twice? You ate
No,
that?
no, 15,000 is what we negotiated. Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
know.
see what you mean. Yeah.
You fill up.
And we're broke even now.
Okay, tell me.
$175 to fill the tank.
And what are the miles per gallon?
Maybe 400 miles total on that tank. Probably 16.
Okay.
I now have 2 cars that have that kind of mileage, except the good news is, at least in the truck, she can take the old regular unleaded, because the other car's like, no, thank you. I want you to triple distill that and serve it to me in a champagne glass.
Is that what premium is? I should look that up. I'm like, what is premium? I'm like, what is premium gas? Like, what's the difference? I guess it's like, go ahead, refine more.
I think it is refined more. So
and it's supposed to be more
have higher octane, and I don't know what that means, but it sounds like more pep in your step.
Okay,
but in some cars, it's like, don't you put that slushy shit in me. I will literally break down on the side of the road, which also, by the way, on this travel day from hell to see our children, we should have known that it was going to go a bit crazy, because my dear girl, she did die on the side of the road. The minute that this car gets up on a flatbed, I already know there's a comma coming in the bill that I will get. I have yet to see said bill, but it won't be pretty. It definitely is not in the middle. That's for sure. Boo. Anyways, let's talk more middle. Can we talk middle fashion for a second? Because you reminded me when you were talking about high school. Back when I was younger, we didn't have like the same amount of fast fashion. We certainly didn't spend $200 on pajamas. However, there was still a delta in things. So you could have, I'm going to use the easiest example, Levi's jeans and like Lee jeans or Wranglers, God forbid, at the time.
Wranglers are sexy, apparently. Have you
now, thank you,
Sheridan?
Thank you, Taylor Sheridan, for making Wranglers sexy, and Carhartt is having a moment. But at the time, everyone wanted the Levi's jeans, and the difference between the Levi's and the Wrangler or the Lee was probably 40%. What wasn't different was the quality and the longevity of those two pants. They were equally good. You were paying for a brand name.
Correct.
Nowadays, you can pay the premium price for the premium item, and it is a hell of a premium. And then your next choice is, careful if you wash it, because it is set on auto destruct. It is like a third of the price and less likely to survive the weekend.
And it's made in sweatshops. Like, I feel like it used to be a bit more hidden. Like, it wasn't so blatant. Like, this is clearly being made for people that are either slave labor or not being paid enough to.
Yes, like, to have a living, have any kind of a living
wage. Clearly not a living wage. And so now it's really, it gets harder for someone like myself because I can't order from Shein.
No, they don't fit.
Myself. Well, also I just can't make myself, because I'm like, there's
you know what's happening.
There's no hiding that. So I instead go to Amazon, which is probably charging a markup on that bullshit.
It totally is still made in the same sweatshop.
But at least
now you gave Jeff Bezos 10%.
Yeah, whatever. And every employee at Amazon too. Okay, I don't know. I just like there's like you have to have a degree of what is it called? When you suspend reality?
Yes.
I cannot suspend reality enough with Shein. I just can't.
Yeah,
my friend's like, I got this on Shein. I'm like, great. It's probably gonna like fall apart by the end of the night. And someone like
was it really working hard for? Yeah, exactly. I
did
definitely
freak out on Presley. Oh, I did. When she was buying all these little squishy dumpling crap, I was like, it's probably made in China with kids slave labor. And she goes, what's kids slave labor? I was like, never mind, Mom, I shouldn't have said that.
You've already convinced her she's a juvenile delinquent. You don't also need to add that she's contributing to slave labor.
Can we talk about
1 week at a time?
Okay, speaking of getting rid of the middle, can we talk about streaming services?
Oh, Christ on a cracker.
I am picky with my shows. Okay.
Yep.
You need to first of all, I don't do most reality TV with the exception of Love is Blind. And I freaking love that show and I will stand my ground on it. I don't do a lot of those, but the other day, my mom and I went to watch the Dutton Ranch.
Yes.
Well, that requires a subscription to Paramount Plus. Well, then we did something else that requires a subscription to Apple. But what I found out is, excuse me, I own multiple bundles. So I was
So you're double
paying
paying?
because I had a bundle with Hulu in it and Disney Plus and something else. And then I had another bundle that included something of that too. And I'm just like,
And of course, no platform gives you a warning like, hey, it looks like your email address is already associated with a bundle that you could be doubling down on. It's like, oh, yes, please give me your money. We have,
well,
and then
I don't think that's purposeful. I
No,
think that
but
might just be a glitch in the damn system because that's how
but it's
jacked up all
definitely
this is.
fixable. It's definitely
For
fixable.
sure. For
But
sure.
don't you hate, because we have Paramount Plus because we wanted Landman. So it was like, okay, now we need Paramount Plus. So we put Paramount Plus on. We have Apple because we've had Apple forever and I watched
And
the morning show. And so, yes.
and Apple
We
has
have
great content though too.
Yes. And we have
Apple does great.
Netflix, because duh. And so started when it was $6 and now it's like $24. So that hurts my feelings. And then I have Hulu. I can't remember what show I wanted. Maybe the Kardashians when Emery was in a phase. And then we have Peacock because the Olympics were on Peacock. So to watch the Summer Olympics the other summer, I had to get Peacock. So now I have all of them. And then you start watching a show and you can't remember what fucking channel you're watching it on. You're like going through every
And then
one.
you get out ChatGPT or Claude, and this is one of my most common queries. It is, what streaming service is X on? Guys, can't we just go back to broadcast TV where
Cable TV.
advertisers got to show you commercials and ads, and they were the ones who paid for it?
That's fair, although I'm still getting ads on my Hulu and my Paramount
Because you're not paying for the premium, Kelly.
Because I refuse. I'm like, I'm already paying for this service. I will torture myself with this commercial to not pay. But I yesterday clicked upgrade to stop seeing ads. And I was like, no, I'm not.
And
I refuse.
That's not even getting into apps. All right. Like, it's like, oh, this app, and you're like, great. And then it wants a subscription fee. You're like, F off. Like, why? What is this? Or you can watch an ad every 2 seconds of your game. I don't know if you have any of those games, but I've gotten to the point where, like, so my favorite thing to do when I'm not doing anything is not to necessarily watch TV. It's to listen to an audiobook and play stupid puzzle games on my phone, because for some reason that feels like less of a commitment than committing to a movie or a TV show. So
Unless it's a documentary, and then she's all in. Go
yeah,
on.
except for since my mom moved in, and she doesn't like the documentary in many areas as much as I do. And she's like, this is depressing. And I'm like, because it's real life, Mary. Although we did just binge watch Friends and Neighbors on Apple. Have you seen that?
No.
Kelly, John Hamm. I mean, I should say no more.
I did see that. Is that where he's a little bit stealing from his neighbors?
Yes.
Okay, yes, I did see that.
And that's your only reaction, is you did see that. Well, you don't remember it because it's you, so never mind.
Exactly. I'm like, I remember enjoying it, but don't ask me. I was proud that I even remembered the context of the show. Jesus Christ.
Well,
the other day we had something on and Andrew's like, you remember the movie blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, did we see it? He's like, yes, Kelly. We said it was like the gentleman or whatever. And then he starts describing this one scene. And for a moment, I had an illumination. I'm like, wait, were they under a bridge when he like pulled out this gun? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of remember that scene. You are not nearly as happy about my revelation as I am.
Yeah, because I don't understand, Kelly. I don't understand.
Don't laugh at my inability to remember things.
Understand. No, it's fine. It's fine that you don't remember anything. But speaking of, we were looking for movies to watch. Like, also, I'm trying to like get my kids to watch all the movies I grew up with. Well, you know what you have to do with those? You have to pay for them. You have to buy them.
Yeah, you want to watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off? It's been free forever, and now it's $20.
Right. And then everyone's like, well, you could just pay $5 to rent it. And I'm like, so I can watch it one time? Why would I pay like, well, it's usually like $7 to rent it, and then it's like 14 to buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why wouldn't I just buy it? Which I guess doesn't make any real financial sense. But if I want to watch it more than one time, because, But we watched the show I watched the other night with my sister who'd never seen it, which was shocking, was Parenthood. Do you? Oh, I never mind. I can't even ask you if you
At
remember
least
that
you
movie.
stopped yourself now.
Well, it's just a great film. I mean, it's about
It's
parenthood,
Steve.
but it's got Steve Martin in it. It's got
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. It's got all of these different characters. And I have to say this about the 90s and 80s and their shooting. They don't do a very good job of hiding penises in underwear. Like, I feel like now this is because I'm serious. What
Now I'm deeply
now
interested
you
in
need to
this.
go
I am not
watch.
paying $14. You can take a screenshot of it on
No,
your TV and send
I'm
it to
not
me.
saying it's a good thing. I'm like,
I'm
wait,
not
I didn't
thinking
need
it
to see the
is.
whole outline there. Like, because they don't do that now
Are we
in
talking
movies.
Keanu Reeves or what are we talking about? Who are
Well,
we
one
talking?
was
Not
Steve
Steve
Martin.
Martin.
Okay, I didn't need to know all that. Okay. Anywho, awkward moment. But Kelly, you need to go watch that movie because you will see the difference. I mean, it's just a different level of.
Now I'm like, I'd be sitting there on pins and needles waiting for the tidy whities. What's happening?
Well, I mean, anyways, it was not.
How did we get here?
And apparently there's no manscaping. Just like Bush went out of style for women, I feel like it should have gone out of style for men. That's it. That's all I have to say on that one. Don't post that on social media. It'll embarrass my mother.
Well, I
And
do. I do. I do
well,
want to tell you, you reminded me we had an Airbnb in Vegas last year for Andrew's birthday, and I got this very mid-century modern retro vibey place. And when we walked in, there was a magazine rack filled with 1974 Penthouse magazines. And it was like eye-opening, literally, for our children to see what was going on in 1974. Speaking
okay,
of
I think we've moved
manscaping.
way beyond the
Well,
disappearing middle.
technically, we are talking about the disappearing middle, just not the way you thought we were.
Okay. Speaking of, my Mary has gotten a little offended by some of the jokes that we're making. She says I make her sound like a bad mom. And I'm like,
No.
no, I don't, Mary. And she's like, yeah, well, you try X, Y, and Z. I'm like, listen, Linda, I didn't say that. I think you were a great mom. It was a very different time when it was okay to leave your children outside all day with a garden hose and some PB&Js.
Mary, if you were offended by the fact that Christy mentioned you leave the food on the back patio for your children, please know at least you left food on the back patio for your
Exactly what I
children.
said to her. I said, did you hear about Kelly's mom?
You
I'm
didn't
like,
hear my mom was at work all day. Nobody was making us food. Listen, I was shocked that you did it, more that you made them lunch than that you left it on the back patio. It was a win, Mary Catherine. Do not be offended.
Yeah, some of it was, but some of it wasn't. But that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Definitely the janky bread though was a shot.
I'm sorry. I did not like her janky bread. I just wanted the fine sugar processed whatever
She
bread.
just wanted white Wonder Bread.
Speaking of like the middle when it comes to groceries, I feel like there used to be like the regular grocery store, Aldi's, and like a Whole
Yes.
Foods. Right?
Yes.
That's it. That's your like those are your three whatever. And like now, even the Krogers and the Hy-Vees of the world have
There's like
become
4 levels.
premium.
Yep.
Like I'm
Yep.
like, wait a minute, you're the like I want to support you. You're
Yeah.
like the local guy, right?
Yeah.
No more. It's like
no.
you either and even Walmart. Even Walmart compared to no, seriously though, but like compared to like Aldi's or like I mean, I don't know. But then I went to the farmer's market the other day when I was dropping Colton off, and I thought I'd find some produce that'd be maybe a little bit less expensive because they didn't have, the
Transportation fees and all the rest of it built in.
so they're multi-billionaires up there just collecting more billions because they
Yeah.
feel like it, right?
Yeah.
But man, I gotta tell you, like I got 3 tomatoes, those big old tomatoes, the good garden grown ones that are freaking epically delicious. $6, $6.50.
Yeah, but how much would 3 tomatoes be at the grocery store? I don't even know. It might have been 4.
No, yeah, it would have been cheaper. But
Yeah,
also
but
too, I mean, I'm here with you on the
Yeah.
quality. I'm just saying, I feel like, and then even
But
being
don't
in
you
go ahead.
Sorry, don't you also feel good about buying it from the person who made it? Like you're handing them the $6, like, "Thank you for what you did. Here's money for that."
Sure, I didn't think of it that day because I was in a really shit mood. But but in hindsight, yes, I do. I would prefer to shop locally. I would prefer to give my money to people that are actually going to use it and not just put it in stock constantly and then buy up more and more of the little people. Anywho, that's a whole other tangent. But I was thinking I was looking for tickets the other day for a concert. My friends are trying to talk me into going to the Sphere to see Backstreet Boys.
I have many friends who've been, and they loved it. And
The
actually
Backstreet
some
Boys?
Backstreet Boys at
Okay.
the Sphere and have even gone more than once.
Okay.
So,
Well, also, it's a
don't
flight for
hang
me.
your oh, well. Yeah,
And
sure,
the
but
only place that flies direct from Kansas City is Southwest Airlines, who I'm boycotting because everything that their brand stood for, they have now
yes,
gone back on.
true. Very
Every
true.
single thing. I was not a big Southwest fan to begin with because 'cause I'm afraid to fly and I wanna know what my effing seat is, like, I wanna pick my seat and know it,
Well, now
but
you can.
now you can, but, like, the fun went away. I mean, like, everything went away. Like, it used to be, like, the airline of the people, and now
Yeah.
it's like, "No, we just have really ugly brand colors and shitty '70s planes," which, most airplanes are from the '60s and '70s. It's fine. Just redo the interior, please. Please.
We were on a plane the other day that I think was a redone interior because, nowadays when you get on the above head storage bins, you can now put your luggage like a book, like on its side instead of flat. This one was all new inside except for those overhead bins. They were making the announcement, "Do not these are the old style overhead bins. You'll need to lay your luggage flat." And they have many pictures on the overhead bin like dummies, like we said, put it this way. So what I said to Andrew was I think this plane has been like redone inside, but they're not changing the overhead bins. So at least Alaska Airlines did a reno on the inside of a plane. I hope they also did that on the engines, like the important parts, if they work. Not lipstick on a pig, please. This particular piglet, I'd like to make sure his hooves are working.
Wait a minute.
I don't know.
Wings?
I'm
Wings?
deeply
But
I'm
wings
deep.
on do pigs fly? Kelly, pigs
Exactly.
don't fly.
When pigs fly, Christy will enjoy this flight. In fairness, I am binge watching Clarkson's Farm season 5, so I have pigs on my mind, but
Yeah,
you don't watch it.
I will never watch. My
Why?
mom, I came home the other day and she was watching Farmer Needs a Wife.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Because 'Cause I'm
Yes.
like,
So injured.
first of all, can I talk? I don't like any dating show
Except
that
for Love is
starts
Blind.
but hold on, let's talk about that. So,
Okay.
first of all, The Bachelor came out, and that's like, what,
Uh-huh.
25 women vying for one dude's attention? Sorry, the
No,
feminist in
thank
me
you.
just can't handle that shit.
Yeah, no bueno.
And then they're like, "Well, they did it with men. They did it at The Bachelor too." Okay, what or The Bachelorette or whatever, fine. But Farmer Needs a Wife is like the most conservative, patriarchal, like, I'm just like, it's not even hidden. It's
You're
just
like,
not even hidden. And I also hate farm animals. And I mean, I respect farmers. Like, I have all the respect for
okay,
farmers. I think we've glamorized it way too much because the people that I know that are farmers are like the hardest working people I've ever met. And you don't go into farming or ranching to make money. Like, that's not how it
well,
works.
I'm glad we glamorized it so that the average person does consider it something they might want to get into and we could have more of them because we definitely need them. A farmer wants a wife, what I like about it. So far, it's fake reality TV. I realize that. But the catty fakeness that you see on all of the rest of them is not that present. So it is quite sweet. I'm into it.
Yeah,
I've watched all
I
the
guess, I
seasons,
guess.
including the Canadian one. So
Fine, fine. I'm judging you. But, Sharon Stone, I was watching a video of her the other day, and I don't remember when the interview took place, but she said something that was really important, or that I found like just like, oh, that's true. We were talking about like how much women have advanced in the last 2 decades, specifically 2 to 3
mhm,
decades. And she said, it's because we've stopped walking in the room looking at each other like competition.
mhm,
Now it's more about being allies.
mhm.
And so those types of shows to me, just middle finger to that concept. let's all go be a bunch of catty bitches
For
and
sure.
compete for this farmer who probably isn't really even a farmer. I mean,
They are really farmers,
I
for
don't know about
real.
that,
Like,
Kelly.
well, unless they're really good at faking it, but there's not the same level of cattiness. There's a little bit of a he chose her for the single date tonight, but I have not yet observed the overt cattiness of "fuck you, bitch," and I'm gonna, I not yet, but I'm sure it'll get there. Like even the early seasons of other shows were pretty good, and now you're like, this is terrible and also scripted. And yeah, I just finished binging Perfect Match. Like, what the
I
shit?
don't even know what that is.
Don't start to know.
Okay, because I
You're
won't,
just
because
gonna
I'll watch
know.
like 3 seconds of it and be over it. But you know what, Kelly? I actually, in real life, if you're gonna be catty, show it to me.
Yeah, like,
Like,
just be
it's the
balls out.
underhanded
Yeah,
bullshit that
this
does more
backdoor
damage,
cattiness.
right? Like, I
Yeah, for
mean,
sure.
now I wanna know you're coming for me,
Y
right? I don't
you wanna be you wanna be sarcastic and catty bitch. Do it right to my eyeballs.
Please do. Please do,
Yeah,
please do. Oh my
please,
gosh, we're
give
off
me the
topic
opportunity.
once
We're
again.
super off
We're
topic.
so off topic, but that came out of the
We
subscriptions and things.
Yes, there are a lot of subscriptions, like, back in the day, we didn't need them as much, and I know one of the other things that we thought about was kids' sports, because back in the day, you also didn't need a subscription to the whatever the hell that app is that you have to manage, that you even have to have a manager. You just basically had shoes and a ball, and it was like, "Off you go. Here's a Capri Sun, have fun." And now it's like, "Oh my god." There's no it's luxury for sure.
Well, I have to laugh because my daughter plays club sports and they're going to nationals for volleyball. And this morning we got this text, and this is it was the theme for for the nationals 2 days. Saturday is tutu day and Sunday is superhero sidekick day. I'm like, okay, I can't even begin to, so it just set the whole thread off. And I think one of the moms, God bless you, is ordering like capes for the girls and getting their numbers put on it. And then like there's like 100 messages in here, and God bless her. One of the moms who's a dermatologist, she just posted, "Wow, I have a lot to catch up on." They're talking about like putting faces, like I don't know, faces on boards, and I'm just like, this is already going to cost us a ton of money. Do we have to do all this? It's fine, but I appreciate those moms because you make our girls happy.
I know, but honestly, that is the luxe version. I didn't sign up. Where is the economy version of kids sports? That's what I want.
Well, it's not club sports. So
No, it's definitely
at
not club
this
sports.
point, I mean, like, what's an extra $50, right, for all this
Yeah,
extra shit?
exactly.
I'm just gonna respond to the thread and say, "Thank you all so much. Just let me know how much I owe."
Yeah, well, definitely I am that default mom too. It's like, you just tell me what I owe on this because I don't have time for all of this. Or actually, I do have time. I could make time. I don't have the inclination.
No. No.
You do at a moment, you're like, I don't really have kids. I have sponsored athletes. That's what I have. Do you see the one? There's a commercial and the parents are like, renamed their kids, and their name is the sponsor. So they're at graduation and it's like, "Bill's Heating and Plumbing." And they're like, "What are you doing?" "I got sponsors for my kids." And they changed their names. Perfect.
Serious. It's like it's that crazy. It's that crazy. Actually, and I don't know all the details, but I read it the other day and it warmed my heart. The Casey Current, our female pro soccer team up here, the only female pro team that has their own stadium that was built for them. They are doing an entire inner city league for soccer that costs nothing.
Oh, love.
Don't you love that?
I do love that.
Like,
That's
and it's
cool.
gonna be cool because it's the Current. So it's not like they're gonna go like, but I'm just like, yes. Also, can you come to Overland Park? And I'll be like, no, we sell you our really expensive tickets, assholes. That's why you gotta pay for this.
Yeah,
Anywho,
exactly.
wow, I'm just really all over the place today. Sorry about
Well,
that.
I think back to your subscriptions, I mean, I fear one day we're going to realize we've been paying for apps for like 100 years that we didn't know. Genius Netflix, if they're the ones who started it and said, "What if we could get these people to pay for this forever?" That's brilliance. And now we've just got so many we can't keep track. And so we got lost in the
Well,
shuffle.
there's an app for that.
Yeah, I have seen, of course, and it probably has in-app purchases to
Actually,
upgrade.
So it is a subscription. Tell me I didn't fall
course
for
it
it. But
is.
I went through, and it was through Rocket Mortgage, I think.
Rocket Mortgage, yeah, I've seen it, yeah. Did it
And
save
I
you any?
did go through it, and it showed me all the subscriptions I had that I forgot I freaking signed up for. Because, especially like TV subscriptions and other things, or some things are like for free, and then you don't read the little bottom there that says for the first 2 weeks, and then we're gonna charge you $500 every, whatever. So little things like that so yes, it did help me. I then canceled it, but I went through and I was like, holy shit, why am I paying for a psychic reading every other day when I was just in a mood and wanted my horoscope?
True story. My husband did that because he just signed up for them and didn't really pay attention and forgot that his iPad is connected to my iCloud account, which is connected to my credit card. And when I saw these Apple, you get the year-end bill from your Visa company, and they sort of categorize your sales. I hate that bill because it's like 18,000 pages long. And then you're like, what did I spend on this? But there was one, and it was subscription other. And it was like Apple.com, Apple. And I know what I have with Apple Music and storage, and that's it. And it's in my Canadian Apple, so it's not on this credit card. And I'm like, what's happening here? To the tune of $1,200 that year. $1,200.
My God, Andrew, that is a lot of
And
games.
Andrew's like, it wasn't me. I called Apple. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so they're like trying to be very politically correct. Ma'am, is there someone else in your house who has access to the credit card besides yourself? I'm like, well, I mean, like, yeah, my husband has it and my daughter has it. Are there other email addresses attached to this account? And I told her what they were. She's like, I recommend you talk to the people in your house who have those. And I'm like, are you telling me it's my husband? I can't say that, ma'am. I said, I recommend you talk to her. And I'm like, just out of curiosity, how am I going to check this? And she's like, go in your phone, go here, click this, 3 dots, click purchase history, you'll see it. You have to do it in each phone. So we did it in Andrew's phone, and it was like current purchases. Like, what the fuck have you done?
Says you with your $200 pajamas. Just saying.
I could buy 5 more pairs at this rate.
But here's the deal. Was he using them?
Totally didn't even realize he had them because it was like, get it free for a week, and then totally forgot about it. So no, he wasn't, nor did he realize he was being charged for them. And quite frankly, when you put everything on debit and tap and you never really pay dollars anymore, you yourself don't see it going out. And do I pay attention to like $6.99 on my Visa bill every month? Hell no. I look for 3 or 4 digit numbers. And so I was like, oh, shit.
I
What are you
mean,
gonna do? You just
I
gotta
don't know.
laugh. You gotta
I don't
laugh.
know. I think there's a lot of things that we need to do. We on this podcast we were supposed to go through money saving hacks, but truly Kelly and I don't have
We're
any.
not we're not the people to give you those. If you want, do not do these hacks. We got you. Don't fall into this trap. We're a cautionary tale at best.
Well, I will say, here's my one hack. When you have kids that like McDonald's as much as my kids do, and I don't even order it. Like when I go get the McDonald's, I don't like there's nothing on that menu
Yeah,
that I
you're
want.
not getting
Like
anything when you're
it's
there.
just
Not
like
even a
I've just
Diet Coke, because their Diet
what?
Coke is
Yeah, their Diet Coke is chef's
yeah.
kiss for
Yeah.
sure. So fine, I get my Diet Coke, but I could also get it from Quick Trip for 99 cents. So
True. Also
either
true.
one will work for me. But what I have started doing is actually using my app. So I get
Yes.
my freaking
Get your
reward.
points and rewards. I agree with you.
And
I agree with you.
then I'm like, great, now you've gotten me even further because now you have all my data. Can you please pay me for that data? Yes, we
Exactly.
did, ma'am, in rewards. No, you were paying me for the purchase. No, pay for my
Exactly.
data. Pay me for my data.
Because I am data rich, man. If you want to know the purchasing habits of a 35 to 60-year-old woman, I'm your girl. I am an algorithm's dream. I want
Especially
my
because I have
data.
young kids.
Yeah,
And I mean, I am in it. I am in it. So money saving hacks.
none.
You have
No.
none?
No, I mean, here's what I do. I pay for everything on a credit card, everything all the time, because I have points or cash back on that credit card. And then I only have to remember to pay 1 bill a month. And while it is a painful bill to see because everything is on it, every dollar purchase, I tap it and I go, and then I get my money back, everything, and then I have to file that with the IRS, which is bullshit. That should be my money. I already pay tax
Wait,
on
you
that
have
money.
to.
On your cash back, yes, you get a form that you have to download and submit with your taxes. I'm like, that feels mean. I already paid tax on that. That doesn't count. That's my money. But anyway, that is my one tip. I just
It's
put
really sad.
absolutely everything on a credit card and I
But
pay
then you
$1 a
have to
month.
have, though, you have to have A, the money, and B, the
Yes.
discipline to pay it off every month.
Well, yes, and also PS, if you're tapping like crazy buying shit, you better have the money. Why are you buying it? But yes, it
Well,
is discipline. It is discipline that it
there's
takes.
there's a debit card that will tell you when you're out of money.
I don't like that one.
I might give myself a green light card of my own. Wait,
Yes.
I have one. It's Bank of America.
Yeah, exactly. It's called my regular one. The bank's like, "No more for you. You bought how many squishies? No more for you."
Where the bank is like, there are sometimes I rarely does this happen to me because I do travel a lot and I travel internationally, but every once in a while, my bank card catches something. They're like, "Excuse me, was this you?"
Love it when they send, "Just was this fraud?" And you're like, "Don't judge me."
I know. I always feel judged. I'm like, so what if my buying habits suddenly stop? Like, but also too, like, thank you. Cause I did my business card was hacked the other day and they called me and were asking questions. I was like, nope, that wasn't me. That wasn't me
Yeah.
either. That wasn't me either. And that definitely wasn't me.
I do
So
appreciate when they do that, and in fact, Emery had that the other day. She rented a car. I didn't know you could when you're 20, but apparently Hertz lets you do it, and I'm sure they charge a premium. Talk about luxury. So she had a rental car when she was in Canada, and then she had to take it back early flight, so they weren't open yet, and I said, "No problem, you just drop it. They'll have a key drop box, like, you're all good." At the airport, she did that, but they kept sending her charges, trying to recharge her for non-return. She's like, "No, no. I returned the vehicle. You have the vehicle." So many times that she called her credit card company and said, "Hey, can you make sure that none of these charges go through? I returned it." They canceled her card. That was their best way to actually avoid Hertz continuing to do that. They sent her a new card the other day in the mail. I was like, Jesus.
and what a pain that is when you get a new card because like all of a
Oh,
sudden your inbox
everything's attached
explodes
to it.
with like, you've missed a payment.
Yeah,
You missed a payment.
or
Can we get
yeah,
our money, please? Your
everything's
card bounced.
tied to it. I
And
know.
you're
I had to
like,
get a new
son of a
phone.
biscuit.
I had to get a new phone because mine a year and 4 months in turned into a paperweight. Don't even. I still have to finish paying it off, and that's insult to injury. But anyways, you realize how many things are attached to your phone and your Face ID and all so I'm like on my laptop trying to log into stuff and it's like, "What's your password?" Fucked if I know. My password is my eyeballs. I don't know how to get into anything. I am soon gonna do what my dear mother-in-law did and just print it all out and like, "Here, you wanna rob me? Here's all my passwords on
Here,
this piece of paper."
and put it in your wallet just in case your wallet gets stolen.
Exactly.
Just in case your wallet gets stolen. I'm someone who carries my social security card around in my wallet because I can't think of a better place to put it. So
It is still shocking to me how many times you use your social security number in the US because in Canada, that number, your social insurance number, is deadly secret. The only person who has it besides the government to file your taxes is your employer. You don't give if somebody asks you for your social insurance number in Canada, be like, "Fuck off. Why are you asking me that?" In America, it's like, "Oh, you want to buy a large slushly? What's the last 4 digits of your social security number?" I don't know. I still don't know.
well,
It's not
I
a
only
number I
know because
memorized.
you have to in the US, you have to use it all the
For
time.
everything.
For
I
everything.
know.
For
Crazy.
everything.
But then when I got here, my same friends are like, "But don't carry it with you. You don't wanna lose it." And I'm like, "Wait, I have to memorize it, but don't take it, and dear God, don't lose it."
Sorry, I'm yawning. I don't know what my problem is.
You
Sorry,
not enough
Kelly.
Diet Coke in that Diet Coke of yours.
They probably skimped. They're like skimping on the caffeine now while they're
That's
raising
right.
the price.
If you wanted the
Maybe
caffeine, that was the luxury version. "Oh, you want a Diet Coke with caffeine in it? That's an extra 45 cents."
please and thank you. I could go on and on. Like even concert tickets now. It's like there used to be like floor, lawn. Now there's like VIP suite packages and versus or you get obstructed view. Like those are your two
Yeah.
choices.
You
can
get
either
absolute
pay
shit or Queen of Sheba. That's all we got.
and one is like $150 and the other one's 2,000.
You are either having full set of implants or you're having wooden teeth. Those are your two options now.
Don't even get me started on healthcare costs in this country. What if those go up by like 120% or
Yeah,
something crazy? Maybe
crazy.
200? I'm like, where is all well, that's a whole other episode where, CVS who owns this and then owns this drug
Yeah.
supplies and owns the drug
Yeah,
company and they also own the
exactly. It's a
yeah.
total closed circle for
I'm
sure.
like, that's not capitalism, people. That's a monopoly.
That's monopoly. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's
In
not
which case,
monopoly money we're playing
yeah,
with.
I was gonna say, in which case I'd like to pay with monopoly dollar. Oh, I
You
had the
know
hiccups.
that insurance is shit and we pay way too much when you can, like, not run it through your insurance and probably pay less because they
Pay
have
less.
non-insurance pricing. So
I
why do you
know.
have non-insurance pricing and insurance pricing? Why
How about
shouldn't it
yeah.
why shouldn't there just be one fucking
We
price
should
for
just have one
everything?
price. But the dentist has done that forever. Do you have insurance? Yes. Okay. It's going to cost $1,400, but your insurance covers $1,200. So your out of pocket is $200. Oh, you don't have insurance? Okay. It's $300. Wait a minute. So you're openly just stealing money from the insurance companies, which is why insurance is so expensive. Whoa, this feels like
Just make
hard.
it make sense. That's not why only reason insurance is so expensive,
No,
Kelly. There's a
no,
lot of other
no.
reasons.
I
Yeah.
think though to summarize the middle, like the missing middle, I think not people aren't really asking for luxury anymore. We're not dreaming of private jets and penthouses. We just
I am.
want okay, but for the
Sorry,
most
go
part,
back to what you're doing.
we
Yes.
we just want the life where ordinary things felt really attainable, right? Like a family vacation, a night out, a decent hotel, your kid to play sports. We're not frustrated that there are penthouses and luxury private jet options. It's that anything economy now feels like a punishment, right? We just we want the old days back, please. That's
Can
my
we just
summary of the
have
middle.
where normal people could afford to be treated like normal people versus, you know,
Yeah, that's it.
really shitty?
Just the
Okay, well,
middle.
that was a depressing ending.
But did you
So,
see my pajamas?
I still can't believe that you have the gall to wear that on work calls. I mean, they're really pretty pajamas, but,
So I
like, you're
do
not
have
even
more than one
pretending.
pair. I will wear the next pair on next episode of Vertically Unstable Podcast. You can choose spa cats, octopus, Christmas. you choose.
Okay, I will Cats is out. I mean, that gives me, like,
Hives.
hives just thinking about it,
Octopus it is.
Well, I have to go regulate Presley and her spending because I don't know what she's in there doing, and also she informed me that she knew what my, passcode was to all of her screen time apps,
That
and
needs
I
to be
said,
changed
"Well, but
immediately.
but what I said was, you know that if you ever use it, you're, like, dead."
You know that you immediately lose every privilege you have. My son once, when he was probably 14-ish, said to me, "I see what you're doing. You're giving us more things you can take away from us if we do things wrong."
I'm telling you, that allowance situation has her up in, like, her bed. I mean, I don't have to ask.
This is it. You're like, "I'll pay
I'm
you for
like,
shit."
"Oh, this buy" because I tried the by chore thing, and that was just not motivating for her.
The
Anyway,
loss of the squishies is highly motivating.
best of luck to everyone else in the middle.
Yes.
Maybe we
Welcome
can
to the
reclaim
middle.
our space at some point.
Elbows elbows
Until
room in the
then,
middle. That's all we want is elbow room in the middle.
I just don't want somebody else. Like, I mean, I am not some massive person. I would just like a seat that doesn't have someone else who's not massive, like,
Touching my
touching
stuff.
me.
I know. And would it kill you to bring me a pretzel and a Diet Coke?
Also, I miss peanuts on planes. I know it's too, like,
Fine.
I know for allergy sakes and whatever, and my niece is definitely allergic, but God, I'm like, "Oh, I want some nuts." I don't want
Nah,
the
nuts. You know what
I
I
don't
don't
want
miss?
the pretzels.
What I don't miss on airplanes, though, is smoking. So let's not go too far back.
Well, I don't know that I'm old enough to remember when you could smoke on
Nor am
planes.
I, but I remember seeing it in the movie pictures.
Okay, now that we're just fibbing, we're gonna let you go. Until
Bye.
next week,
Yes,
like,
follow,
share,
share.
follow,
Tell
all
us
the
what you
things.
miss in the middle.
Yeah.
And then stay
This would be a
tuned
good
for
one.
maybe Christy will wear pajamas next week. Who knows?
It's not going to happen. But I'm usually in a pajama mullet, which means I'm wearing pajama bottoms and then a decent shirt on top.
So you're talking a lot of shit then for somebody who's halfway there.
Kelly, you're trying to act like you're not in pajamas. You're wearing
Not at all.
earrings and have makeup on.
How
Like,
do you know I don't go to bed like that, like Miss Maisel?
then no, you do well.
You do know
Okay,
me.
I'm hanging up on you now. Bye.
Okay, bye.